Okay, now let's see what we get with YouTube. I think I forgot to hit the button. Whoops. Okay, it tells me I have an excellent connection. And there's my picture. All right, so we are gonna open up my main screen I use and jump right in. Okay. Um, we have some cool stuff going on this week. We have dates for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Those tickets go on sale on the 15th. If you already have a reservation, you might be able to get yours early, so check with your travel agent. I am looking for my live folder, which I should have pulled out and did not because my Fridays lately have been a little wild, but very good. So there we go. There we go. Here's my live folder. Okay. All right. We got announcements about a lot of long-term things. Disney has a plan in the works. Universal has a plan in the works. Of course, don't forget DreamWorks area in Universal is opening next month. So that's right around the corner. I booked a fall trip to Disney World this week. I booked Halloween Horror Night tickets and one-day Universal park-to-park tickets so that the Magical Express can be part of that adventure. Oh, Rummy's hat is loose. Is flopping forward. Okay. All right, let's see if that helps it at all. I'm booking Hawaii next week. I'm working with a client on a Panama Canal cruise. So there's a lot of good stuff happening around here. Thank you. If you had anything to do with it, thank you very much. If you want to join the party, reach out and let me know. Okay. Also, I should tell you that the Villains event at Walt Disney World is also back this year. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. We can get you a trip booked and try to get those tickets for you as well so that you can pull out your villain side. We all, even the nicest of us likes to be not really a bad person, but, likes to let that other side show now and again. So if that's on your list and you want to go to the villains event, let me know. Disney Treasure. We know that Nick Fox and Judy Hopps from Zootopia are going to be part of Jumbo Suites. We know that all our characters have all that cool beach attire with the fringes and the raffia and some of those special touches. We know that there's that great dance party. Where'd it go? Yeah, the Junkanoo event. Ah, there we go. Wrong page. The Junkanoo Rush Out. So it's this great local festival, and families who are part of it will get to experience it firsthand. There are colorful parades of dancing, music. Performers will parade to the Goombay Cultural Center. Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy will be dancing along. And of course, I'm sure there will be photo ops and all that cool stuff. But it has all that the vibrant colors and the local flavors of the original festival. Also, at Lighthouse Point, there will be the Fun in the Sun Beach Bash at the Play Pavilion. It's a beach party full of games, and you can play with your Disney friends. You can be part of Goofy's Good Day Limbo. You can take a turn at Pluto's Pineapple Ring Toss. And Chip and Dale will have a water brigade for those of you who need to cool off. Very cool. Oh, we got news that Disneyland got an expansion approved. We haven't heard many details yet, but I'm excited. There's a lot of speculation out there. I'm not going to share any of that because I like to give you guys only uh, information that is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. And none of what I've seen out there is quite credible yet, but I'm excited to see what Disneyland does with all the new possibilities. I'm excited to see where they start and what order they go in. Speaking of Disneyland, don't forget there is the Disneyland 3-day ticket offer. It is as little as $50 per child per day and $83 per adult per day. They're 3-day, one park per day tickets. They start at $149 for kids and $249 for adults. Kids is age 3 to 9. That's Monday through Thursday. If you want to use them for the weekend, they're $199 for kids, ages 3 to 9, and $299 for adults. You will need a theme park reservation. You can also upgrade them, so you can add a park hopper option. You will, of course, be able to use Disney's Genie Plus. And they go on sale May 29th. So you have some time to check your calendars and get your Donald Ducks in a row before you order your tickets. Okay, the eligible dates, and they can be non-consecutive, so it doesn't have to be 3 days right in a row. June 10th through September 26th. There's also a summer savings offer if you need a Disneyland Resort hotel. So you can take advantage of those as well. You can save up to 25% on select stays. So I'd love to put a package together for you if you want to do the ticket offer and you want to take advantage of the hotel discount. We walked through the resort. We stayed at a Good Neighbor last year because we were booking later than I wanted to because for those of you that have followed me for any amount of time, you know that my son keeps a very full schedule. And I kind of just I wanted to do DVC and stay at the Craftsman, but didn't pan out. So we did a Good Neighbor, but we went to the Craftsman twice. We ate there the first night. We ate by the pool. It was beautiful. But we also went through and took some pictures that night. We went back during the daytime to also get some more pictures. If I was going to stay on property, that is where I would stay. I've also heard really good things about Pixar Pier and the Disneyland Hotel. Pixar Pier is newly renovated. They've been doing continuous updates to the Disneyland Hotel. They just added that whole new DVC area. So there's really not an on-property out there that you can stay at that's old or outdated or anything. They are all in very good shape. The Craftsman is beautiful. Pixar looks really cool, and I love all the classic touches at Disneyland Hotel. So really can't go wrong. Let me know if I can help you with a trip out there. I went last year. I loved it. I would love to go again. I actually want to get out there one of these years at Christmas. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that because, I got to do Disney World at Christmas. But one of these years, I want to go to both. Maybe I'm thinking maybe do the year I do it, maybe do land earlier. Maybe like early November, more, like first half of November, then come home for Thanksgiving and, get things squared away and then go to land closer to Christmas. My main reason for that thought is because airports can be crazy. And if I get stuck in Florida, I have more ways of getting home in time for Christmas than if I get stuck in California. So, but we are making steady improvements to the airline industry, so that may not be true for much longer. There are some changes out there, and I know that the airlines are doing everything they can to streamline things and keep things moving and prevent those terrible holiday bottlenecks we saw a couple years ago. All right, let me make sure there's nothing else on here. I do want to talk about Pixar Fest, but let's see. DreamWorks Land, which I already mentioned, is opening on June 14th. And there are some new parades and stuff at Universal, so let me just hop there. And then we will come back. We'll hop back to Pixar Fest. Movie Magic comes alive. debuts June 14th. Cinematic journey with stirring soundtrack, evoking the mystery and magic of Harry Potter, the pounding thrills of Jurassic World, and the suspense of Jaws. That's nightly on select nights. Hogwarts Always will also debut on June 14th. Nighttime extravaganza, Hogwarts Always. It's a projection show, and it takes you through iconic moments of a year at Hogwarts. And it happens by the castle in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade. Okay, so let's talk for a minute about Pixar. I don't know about you guys, but animation for me has always been magical. I mean, I love the Disney movies. I fell in love with Dopey at the age of 7. He was one of my first Disney loves. And yes, I have a plush Dopey. I have just about plush everybody, but I have a plush Dopey that I got at the little shop by Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is also by Winnie the Pooh, who has been one of my lifetime favorites. I mean, his picture's behind me, but for those of you that know me, I've always had a soft spot for bears, and honestly, anything fuzzy and cute and huggable. I have way too many plushies for a person my age, but we won't talk about that. Getting back to Pixar. One of the things I love about Pixar is the shorts. They pack so many details into that little snippet of a movie. And I really shouldn't call it a snippet of a movie because they are masterpieces in their own right. Um, of course, there's Tintin. There's Presto the Rabbit. He's not. He's not Presto the Rabbit. And I actually looked up his name today. Hold on, let me get my notes here. My teleprompter is malfunctioning. One moment. Um, Pixar shorts. Here we go. Okay, Presto Digione, Digione, is the name of the magician and his amazing hat of wonder. And the bunny is Alec Adam. And the bunny's cage actually has his name on it in the beginning because I saw Alec on it and I was like, is that the name of the cage? Is that the bunny? That's the bunny, which you know if you watch at the end. There's an updated poster for the show. Um, I love that rabbit. He is just full of personality. Um, I love it. It's got a lot of the physical comedy. It kind of reminds you of the Three Stooges with some of the things that go wrong in that magic show. But I love that rabbit. It was one of those. I actually bought that Pixar short back in the day because I adored that rabbit. He was just um, love him. He's one of my favorites. I watched Lifted again today. Really funny, really makes you laugh. Um, Knick Knack with the snowman is one of my all-time favorites. I love his facial expressions. I have no idea where he gets like the blowtorch and the jackhammer and all those things he's using to try to get out of his globe. Um, but just that one has always been one of my favorites. Tin Toys, of course, a classic. It's the original one. Um, but I never cease to be amazed by the new technology that Pixar comes up with for their movies. From Toy Story, which was groundbreaking in its time, to the fur on Sully in Monsters Inc. and the way can see a similar thing in the way the coral and the ocean plants move in Nemo and Finding Dory. Um, just really cool technology and just the things they keep coming up with and the way they somehow make it all work. Not that I don't love, Disney Studios. I love Frozen. I love that little snowman. You guys know that. But Pixar just has a special way of doing things that just gets infused through all their movies. Um, so Pixar fan that I am, of course. My first agency trip in 2020. These guys were popular when the Toy Story aliens took over and became other characters. This is, of course, the toy from Tin Toy. And he doesn't have. He's got a spot in here for all his other little thingies, but he didn't actually come with them. But he's really. He's one of my favorites. And then, of course, you guys know, if you've watched me for any length of time, of course, I had to get Remy. True story. I'm in there with one of my fellow travel agents. I'm in the Figment shop, and if you've watched me for any amount of time, you know that Figment has a very special place for me, and I always have to ride it, and I always have to go in the shop afterwards. Um, and we're in there, and they had a bin of the various, Pixars. They didn't have all of them, but they had a couple of this one, couple of that one. This was the only Remy in the whole bin. I dug through the whole bin. Because of COVID, people were keeping their distance, so I got to dig, stack stuff and rearrange stuff so that I could find him. But I brought him home, and of course he's got a scratch. Oh, poor Remy, what did you get into? Um, he's got all his details on the back. His arms move little bit. Okay, this one moves better. This one's kind of stuck. His head's articulated. Just really cool. I'm kind of wishing I'd gotten the other ones now, but um, c'est la vie. Um, I've also, as you know, if you saw my reel from a couple weeks ago, I also really like Luxo, the Pixar lamp. Um, so I watched Luxo Jr. where they're playing ball today, and poor little Luxo decides to jump on the ball and it pops, and then he gets all sad, and then they end up finding different balls, but they're not quite. I don't think any of them are quite the same. Um, so we're doing fall in the parks. We're thinking ahead a little bit because it's just sort of like retail. You got to think ahead if you want to get there. So we've got Epcot International Food and Wine Festival coming up. Um, we've got Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We've got the Villains event. We've got Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. I assume we're going to be hearing about Boo Bash anytime now. Um, and we've got so much cool stuff coming this fall. But before that, we have all summer to stick our feet in the sand and let the waves lap at our ankles when we. I don't go out very far in the water, but I do like to stick my feet in. Um, I get that from my mother. She always has to stick her feet in the water at the beach. Um, so we have all summer to do that. We can sit on the pier or the dock. We can go out on the boat. We can jet ski. We can parasail. We can spend a day at the beach. If you're like me, you're going to end up looking like Sebastian the Crab at the end of it. It doesn't seem to matter what sunscreen I use. I always use 100, or as darn close to 100 as I can get. 100 is actually getting hard to find sometimes, but I get the highest number I can get. And somehow I still end up getting sun. So be careful. It's already warm enough and hot enough, and the UV's already out there. So even if you're doing, some outdoor things for this weekend, maybe you're gardening. Maybe you're gonna go, maybe there's a little historic town by you. I could do Ellicott City, I could do Annapolis. Maybe you're just gonna go there and kind of explore and duck in and out of the shops. Make sure that you're wearing your sunscreen. It'll get you in a good habit for the summer when you really, really need it. You need it every day. But I do think you need it more in the summer months. So if you have not established that habit, please establish it so you don't get sunburned. Trust me, Sometimes I end up so red that Sebastian looks pale compared to me. So please be safe out there. It's also Mother's Day weekend, so I want to give a shout out to all the moms and also all the people who maybe are filling in for mom because she can't be there sometimes. Maybe she's working, maybe she's in the military and she's deployed, maybe she lives in a different state, maybe she's passed away. So happy Mother's Day to the moms, the dads that do mom's job, and all the other people in the various villages that fill in for mom because she can't be there. Stepmoms, aunts, uncles, neighbors, relatives, whatever. If you play a momish role this weekend, then you should celebrate yourself, and I hope other people celebrate you too. Um, Seems like there was something else I was gonna tell you guys. Maybe not. I know we had some extreme weather this week, so if you were part of any of that, I hope that you're finding your path forward. And if any of it crops up in your area this weekend, please stay safe. If I can help you travel in any way, shape, or form in 2024 or beyond, please reach out to me. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm happy to help you plan, cruises, theme parks, visit a new city, beach vacations, go back to an old favorite, um, some surprise trips. Maybe you have a friend that's really into music. Why not put together a trip that hits, a couple of their favorite concerts and lets you explore some new cities? Maybe like me, maybe, somebody in your life is a coffee fan. Why not plan a trip around coffee? The truth is you can plan a trip around any destination, any hobby, anything that really means a lot to you, or the person you're gifting the trip to or sharing the trip with. So if you have an idea for a trip like that, please reach out and let me know. You can tour libraries, you can do bookstores, you can do coffee, you could do baseball, you could do any kind of sport. Quilting. Maybe your mom or your aunt or your grandmother is a quilter. There are ways to put together trips around any theme. So if you have a theme in mind, please reach out to me. I would love to help you plan a magical trip around it. All right, happy Mother's Day to everybody that should be celebrated this weekend. Don't worry, dads, I'll get you in June. And everybody stay safe, stay well, and I will be back next week. Bye.